going to begin our review video of section 5.2. That's chapter 5, section 2. And as always, whenever we start a new section, we always start with the learning target. The learning target for today is to write percents as fractions and decimals and vice versa. So we're going to go from percents to fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions to percents and back and forth. So here's a little bit of a pattern for us to look for. If we're going from a percent to a decimal, we write the percent as a decimal, we divide by 100, which means really just move the decimal point 2 places and we drop the percent symbol. To go the other way, to go from a decimal to a percent, we're going to divide by 100. We're going to multiply by 100, which means move the decimal point that direction too, and we're going to add the percent symbol. So let's practice some of those. Write 52% as a decimal. Well, I start off with 52. I move the decimal point 2 places, 1, 2, so it's 0.52, and I drop the percent symbol. So it's 0.52 as a decimal. Write 28% as a decimal, so it's 28. Move the decimal point 2 places, so it's 0.28, and I drop the percent symbol, so it's just plain old 0.28. Write 245 as a decimal. 245. 245. I move the decimal 1, 2 place, so it's 2.45, and I of course drop the percent symbol, so it's 2.45 is my answer. 135 is a decimal, so 135. Move the decimal place 1, 2 places, so it's 1.35, and I've dropped the percent symbol. Let's go the other way. Let's go from decimal to percent. So when I go from decimal to percent, 0.3 as a decimal, I move it 1, 2 places, so it's 30%. I move the decimal point, I multiply by 100, move the decimal point 2 places, and add the percent symbol. In this one, if I'm moving from 0.91 to a percent, I move it 1, 2 places, and add the percent, so it's 91%. 71 is a percent, 0.71 rather is a percent, I move the decimal 1, 2, and I get 71%. So 0.71, that ratio, that 71 over 100, is really the same as 71%. Write 1.65 as a percent. I move the decimal point 2 places, so it's 165%. 165%. 3/4 is a percent. I'm going to choose to write this as a decimal first. So I'm going to say 4 divided into 3. 4 will go into 37 times, that'd be 28. Subtract, get 2. 4 will go into 20, so it's 0.75. And then I move my decimal point 2 places, so it'd be 75%. 75%. 1/4, again, I take and I actually write it as a decimal. 4 will go into 10 2 times, that would be 8. 2, 4 will go into 25 times, so it's 0.25 as a decimal. I move the decimal 2 places, so it'd be 25%. 1/6 is a percent. 1/6 is a percent. I take 6 and actually divide it into the 1. 6 will go into 10 1 time. 4, 6 will go into 40 when I drop the 1. When I bring down this 1. 6 will go into 46 times. That'd be 0.16. That'd be 36, and I bring down, I still get 4, so it's 0.166 with a bar over it. To write that as a percent, I'm going to move the decimal point 2 places, so it's 16.6 with a bar percent. 16.6 with a bar percent. 1/9 is a percent. I actually take the 9, divide it into 1. It will go 1 time. Subtract, I get 1. It'll go 1, so it looks like it's 0.1 with a bar. I'm going to multiply that by 100, move the decimal point, so I'm going to write it as 1, 1, 1, and the point here. So 1 times 100 would be 11.1 with a bar over it, percent. 11.1%. In Sun City, 0.45 voters are Democrats. That indicates a ratio of 45 to 100. 45 out of 100 voters are Democrats. In Moontown, 48% are voters. So in Moontown, 48% are voters. I'm going to change them both to percents to see which one is bigger. 45 out of 100. Of course, we started with 0.45, so that becomes 45%. 45%, well, the 48% is bigger. So there are more Democrats in Moontown. More Democrats in Moontown than in Sun City. In Star City, 3 out of 20 voters are Republicans. In Meteorville, 13% of the voters are Republicans. In which town is a greater proportion of Republicans? I'm going to write this as a decimal. So I'm going to take 20 and actually divide it into the 3. 20 will go into 31 time. 20 won't go into 10, but it will go into 100. So that would be 0.5. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. It would be 0.15 or 15%. 15%. So 15% of Star City voters are Republicans and only 13% in Meteorville. So Star City has more Republicans. Star City has more Republicans. Put these in order. 70%, 7 out of 100. 19 out of 25, or 0.77 from least to greatest. I'm going to write them all as decimals. I'm going to work them all out to be decimals. So 70% becomes 0.7. 7 over 100 becomes 0.07. 19 out of 25, 19. 25 divided into 190. 25 would go in there 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 would be 175. 25 will go in there 6 times. So that'd be 0.76. And the last one is 0.77. Well, looking at this, I think I can see that this one's the smallest. So that number's smallest, 7 out of 100. The next one would be the 0.7 or 70%. The next smallest after that would be the 76.76, which is 19 out of 25. And the last one, 0.77, is the biggest. So there those are in order from smallest to largest. Doing this one, let's get a little space to work here. Little space to work here. 18%, 1/5, 3/10, and 0.21. Again, I'm going to write them all as decimals. 18% is 0.18. 1/5, I'm actually going to do the division. 5 will go into 1. It will go in there 2 times, so that'd be 0.2. So this is 0.18. This is 0.2. This would be 0.3, and this is 0.21. Well, the smallest of that is the 0.18, so 18% is the smallest. The next smallest out of that is the 1/5. The next smallest would be the 0.21. And then the largest would be the 3/10. So those are in order from smallest to largest. Thank you.